Greetings, it's Stasiabliss. Welcome back to my channel. Those of you who've been watching every day, I missed you this weekend over the beautiful new moon in Pisces. But that's what I want to talk to you about today, not the new moon, but this weekend we were celebrating my mother's 80th birthday and had all the family here. So I want to talk about Kundalini and our ancestry. Ancestry and our ancestors and our lineage are connected to the second chakra. That's in the pelvis. That's around the reproductive organs. It's directly tied to the womb in the woman. And this connects us to our lineage, right? Whether you are a man or a woman, this location is the location where when Kundalini is there, we are cleansing and we are opening the center to that ancestral wisdom that in the runes is Othela, either the second to the last or the last rune, depending on which order of the Futhrak you follow. I like to think of Othela as second to the last rune and Dagas as the last, but Othela is the ancestral lineage. It is your inheritance. And it's not just a physical inheritance, it is the stream of wisdom that flows through you when you're able to turn to the ancestors and get the wisdom, get the teaching, connect, feel the love. And I know a lot of us on the spiritual journey, we separate ourselves from our family. We're like the black sheep of the family. We have a difficult go-in. Maybe we stop talking to them. I know I did for like 7 years during the beginning part of my journey. We just didn't connect. I left the church that I grew up in and went on my own seeking journey. And a lot of you may be there or in some phase of that, but part of the Kundalini awakening, yes, might be to separate yourself to find yourself, because the second chakra is also about your unique self and finding satisfaction and contentment in this vessel. But it also requires us at some point to return to that stream and to face it with humility and to do the shadow work around it. And, our family shows us the deepest parts of ourselves, the closest reflections, some of the things that are the most difficult to look at. And so I'm really grateful that as this weekend went on and we celebrated my mother, that I'm in the best place of my life with my family. And I can truly say I'm so grateful for them and I love them so much. And I couldn't always say that because I felt misunderstood. And I felt that, what I was learning couldn't be translated to them, and even maybe at some times I felt like I had something over on them, and they felt that for me, and there was a distancing, right? But as I've done my own integration work and my own Kundalini work and my chakra work, this has allowed me to see, actually, my mother and I are so much alike. We're have so many similarities that were difficult for me to look at early on in my journey because it was so in my face, right? And when we are first in that journey, sometimes we're like, no, I'm never talking to them again, or they don't understand me, or whatever it is. But when you hear that from someone, you know that they're still in an early time of the second chakra cleansing. They do say, if you're dating, the way a man treats his mother is very indicative of how he will treat you. And I believe that's really true. And so to watch the men that you're dating, women, to notice if that man has done his second chakra work, has he repaired, is he in a good relationship with his mother, does he have a strong bond to his family? This does show second chakra strength and does show good parenting, right? If you are looking for someone to be a good father or a good husband, I have to say a strong second chakra place will show that. And it will also show where someone is still relatively immature in their spiritual development. not saying that in a negative way, just the Kundalini has to work that magic through there, has to go through and cleanse that center and turn one back after going through, as I've also mentioned, it's the dark night of the soul. It can be very difficult because we do die to an old self. And to do that, sometimes we do have to separate ourselves from the family unit and find the self, and then we can later return. Even Jesus himself separated himself at age 14, went away from the family and away from everyone he knew to do his spiritual seeking and to do his trip to India and his journey there, where there's many records in India of him coming there and his Egyptian initiations and so forth. And then he is able to return an empowered master and not feel triggered by his family, right? Same with each of us as we go through this process. There may be a separation and a polarization, but then eventually, like, to receive that ancestral wisdom and carry on the way that we're meant to as spiritual beings, we do need to integrate the ancestry into our awakening process, and it supports the higher centers to be rooted and grounded in the first and also at home with the family unit. There's a reason why you came to this particular family. There's soul messages for you there. There's lifetimes of information that you've been traveling with them about. And if you're having a difficult time and you want to get to the root of that, I'd love to do that work with people so we can go back and look at what ancestral wounds are there. Emotion code's really helpful to see what maybe you're carrying an ancestral wound that's been passed down to you, and that's where some resentment might lie. And so doing the work around that, helping to release trapped emotions and also find the wounds, integrate, find the blessings also that the family is bringing down to you, that allows you to receive your divine inheritance, which is that strong life force, the Shakti, the awakening, and the powerful strength that you're here to embody. So thanks for joining me today. I hope your new moon was exquisite and you got down deep and felt the magic that Pisces energy brings you from the higher spiritual planes. And much love to you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Namaste.